In the depths of ancient wisdom, a forgotten warning echoes through time. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, left us with a chilling insight into the fundamental nature of women. This knowledge, long abandoned, was not discarded for its falsehood, but for the unbearable truth it presented to the modern man. It speaks of a world where men are forged in the fires of clarity, while women are shaped by layers of smoke, elusive and ever-changing. Imagine, if you will, a world where the feminine is not merely a partner, but a primal test. A test that probes the very core of a man's being, searching for weaknesses, convictions, and the essence of his sovereignty. If her silence breaks him, the weakness was already there. She wants a real one, a man who stands firm in his convictions, who navigates the world with purpose and clarity. This is the man who can weather her tests, who can stand unmoved in the face of her challenges, and who can see through the layers of smoke to the core of her being, waiting to be exposed. It's about cultivating a sense of purpose that exists independently of her approval. It's about building a life of meaning and substance. It is all too easy to become lost in the pursuit of her affection, to mistake temporary pleasure for lasting fulfillment. The man who allows himself to be ruled by his appetite for her becomes a slave to his own desires, building a life on shifting sands. Welcome the tests. See, and are not an adversary, but a catalyst for your own growth and transformation. For in mastering yourself, in becoming a man of substance and depth, you become not just worthy of her, but of the life you truly desire, one that would continue to thrive even in her absence. It is to become so centered, so grounded in your own being that her presence in your life becomes a choice rather than a necessity. At its core, a journey of understanding oneself. It is a path that leads not to conquest or domination, but to a deeper, more authentic form of connection. It is the path of the real man, strong, centered, and unafraid to face the challenges that life and love may bring. This is the paradox at the heart of true attraction. The more you need her, the less she will be drawn to you. But the more you stand firm in your own power, the more irresistible you become. In her presence, you will see your strengths magnified and your weaknesses exposed. She will challenge you, test you, and push you to your limits. But in doing so, she offers you the greatest gift of all, the opportunity to become the best version of yourself. She is the wind that tests the strength of his sails, the storm that reveals the quality of his anchor. A man must not curse the wind, but learn to be the mast that holds steady in the fiercest gale. It demands that a man look beyond the surface allure of feminine beauty and charm to see the test that lies beneath. It calls for a strength that comes not from domination or control, but from inner certainty and self-mastery. The man who worships at her altar, who bends to her every whim, he becomes a tyrant soul. Chained to his own appetites, directionless and lost. In his desperation to possess her, he builds a kingdom of sand, for only when a man is truly centered in himself can he offer genuine love and companionship. Only when he is unafraid of losing her can he truly appreciate her presence, pouring his energy into a fortress that will crumble at the first sign of weakness, and when the walls inevitably fall, she will be gone, leaving him alone in the ruins of his misguided devotion. Her moods, her challenges, her very presence, all become tools for self-reflection and improvement. The man who can remain steady in the face of her emotional storms, who can offer strength without seeking validation, can love without losing himself. This is the man who truly understands the nature of the feminine, who makes her approval the cornerstone of his existence. He becomes nothing more than a satellite, orbiting her endlessly. His devotion, far from inspiring love, breeds contempt, for in his eagerness to please, he has proven that his soul is for sale, and in doing so, has lost the very thing she sought in him. In this realm, a woman's purpose is not to save, build, or complete a man, but to challenge him at every turn. Her affection is a double-edged sword, laced with strategy. Her beauty, a siren's call, luring men into treacherous waters where their true nature is revealed. But here lies the paradox that has confounded men for millennia. A woman, by her very nature, cannot respect what she can control. Consider the tragedy of the man ruled by his unexamined desire for her. But there is hope, a path to true power and attraction that lies not in the pursuit of her, but in the mastery of oneself. The man who orbits his own mission, who is governed by reason rather than impulse, who could walk away whole and unbroken, he becomes a gravitational force unto himself. She does not fall for this man. She aligns with his strength as inexorably as the tide follows the moon. In this cosmic dance, she is not the enemy, but the perfect, unforgiving mirror that reflects a man's own internal state. The truth, harsh as it may be, is that she does not want a nice man, a needy man, or a broken man. But how does one become such a man? It begins with understanding that the journey is not about her, but about oneself. This is not a call to coldness or indifference. On the contrary, it's an invitation to a deeper, more authentic form of connection. The path is not easy. It requires constant vigilance, a willingness to confront one's own weaknesses and fears. In this journey, every interaction becomes an opportunity for growth. But beware, for the greatest danger lies not in her power, but in the man's own unexamined desires. And the ultimate lesson then is this: she is not the prize to be won, but the mirror that reflects your true self. So, embrace the challenge. Remember, the goal is not to control her or to bend her to your will. In the end, the forgotten wisdom of Socrates reveals a profound truth. The journey of understanding women